Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Rich. Name of the channel is Rich the Return Writer. For all you guys that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you guys that's return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all you guys that have subscribed to the channel so far, leaving comments in the comment sections. Love having conversations back and forth with you guys. But anyway guys, today we are back from vacation from New York. We're going to be talking more about that later. But guys, I'm testing a new device here. I'm testing the Dr-05X digital recorder as my voice recorder. We're going to be syncing it up post editing. And I'm also testing my new purple Panda mic. This was suggested by a lot of you folks out there that's doing motor vlogging. I did watch a video with the Dr-05X from the like of Memphis Mike talking about this digital recorder. I've had a digital recorder for a little while now. I've tried different mics. Was unsuccessful in getting it to work without clipping. So what I'm doing here, guys, I'm going to take a ride. I'm going to be testing the Purple Panda mic out. And I'm also going to be testing the Purple Panda mic out with my phone using my video recording. So anyway, let's go, guys. Alright guys, I'm out on the 2012 Suzuki Boulevard M109R. Gotta make a run to Tractor Supply. Gonna be testing different things, and I'll explain to you after what I have done. It's a pretty calm day out. I did just put the visor down. I'm using my AGV helmet with the mic clip to the front, velcroed with some dead cat setup on it to prevent the wind noise. I do have the Dr-05X tune kind of turned down to minimal input levels. I think I have it at about a 6. So one of the things that I experienced in the past was the mics that I've been using seem to be so sensitive when I plug them up to the Dr-05. I started getting some clipping, and I'm assuming that's because of the input, being a little high, or it's being a little sensitive. So guys, leave in the comment section below how the video or the audio sounds, not the video. For the video, I'm actually using my Insta360 1x2 camera. I don't have my GoPro 7 mounted right now. And again, guys, this is not really about scenery or the views, but mostly the mic. I've been doing some of my mic and my videos with kind of a voice-over to get clear audio. And there are times when I'm still going to be doing that. When I'm doing videos in tight traffic, so I'm concentrating on what I need to do when I'm in tight traffic, I prefer to do a voiceover. And I know that's not the purest form of motor vlogging, but again, guys, safety on this channel is always going to be a priority. As I get out and ride in the back roads like this, I can have conversations with you guys on certain topics and not worry about my surroundings and traffic around me. So guys, one of the mics that I've used in the past that was pretty successful was the old iPhone mic setup, and there were comments that I got a pretty good audio from that setup. But again, wanting to improve the audio as I'm writing, I decided to advance my setup a little bit and try kind of an external audio source. And that Dr-05 for the price seemed pretty reasonable. Now, I don't think the placement of the mic is exactly ideal for what I want to do here. But every time that I put the mic a little higher up in the helmet, it seemed to be affected by the wind, even with the dead cat on. So again, again, guys, this is just a test ride with the mic to see how it is. And again, we'll talk about the settings when I get back. But my intentions right now is to do the ride to the store with the Dr-05 along with the purple Panda mic. And on the way back, I'll be using the voice recorder on the iPhone and see how that works. Now, guys, I am now returning from New York. I consider New York to be my hometown state. The wife and I stayed in the Queens, the Laurelton, Queens area. I don't know if it's Laurel or Laurelton. Had a great time. Special shout out to my sister-in-law for accommodating us. And again, guys, I was trying to do some video while I was there on what it's like, or what it would be like riding in the New York area. And if I lived in the New York area, would I be riding in the kind of traffic and the aggressive driving that I've seen there? Now, guys, I gotta tell you, when I get back there in my car, I love to see how the folks zip around so seamlessly. Nobody seems to be on their cell phones. I think the area is way too busy for that. I know it's also against the law in New York to be using your cell phone while you're driving. I don't know how much that's enforced. But again, like I said, with the busyness and how fast everything seems to go there, I don't know if people have time to get on their cell phones like I see so often here in Florida. For every light that I pull up to in Florida, or even while I'm on the highway cruising, and I look over, I can see someone on their cell phone. And you know, it's kind of scary being a motorcyclist, thinking about that being an issue. You know, distracted drivers seem to be one of the things that is a big concern of a lot of, not only just motorcyclists, but you know, even other motorists. But yeah, guys, so again, happy to be back. Glad to be able to jump back on the bike. I think we've been going for approximately a week, 6 days or so. And even before I left home, I jumped out on the bike and I took a ride before I left. I did take my helmet up to New York, hoping to probably get out and maybe test ride something, maybe in the Long Island area or wherever I could find a bike shop. You know, always leave home with a helmet just in case I get a ride on something that I didn't expect to. But that wasn't the case. After seeing how the folks rode bikes in New York through traffic, even though New York doesn't allow lane splitting, it's hard to envision not doing it when you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. I went from Queens to a wedding in Upper Saddle, New Jersey. Went across that Bronx Expressway. The traffic, guys, was incredible. I had my Insta360 camera rolling so I can catch how motorcyclists commute and so forth on their bikes. And at times when folks came by on the bike, it was so hard to capture them because of how they zip in and out of traffic. You know, lots of family members commented on us riding motorcycles and the dangers affiliated with them. I've heard all the stories on the motorcycle accidents. My brother-in-law spoke of one of the friends that he knew that was incapacitated, or as I could say, had an accident and lost some of his daily functions. I'm not going to go into detail of that stuff. It's usually pretty sad. But yeah, guys, when I see the way the traffic is in New York, and don't get me wrong, guys, I have lived in Georgia, Maryland, Baltimore area, DC, and Florida, and I still consider New York, the New York City drivers to be some of the best drivers they are. And again, it's because of the level of awareness you have to have living in the New York area with the traffic and the aggressiveness of the drivers. I feel like when it comes to driving, the heightened level of awareness that New York City drivers have are unlike none that I've seen in any of the other states that I've lived in. I often say to my wife, I think New York City drivers will be some of the most defensive motorcycle riders that they are. I'm not necessarily saying the best, but when it comes to awareness of traffic around them and anticipating people making moves. Now, I believe on a motorcycle you have to exert a certain level of aggression. It don't have to be unsafe. But decisiveness and, you know, I feel like when you make certain moves and decisions, you have to be pretty decisive. And there's no way you function in New York driving on a daily basis without a certain amount of aggression. Now, one of the things that I'll be struggling with in that New York area, and one of the reasons I thought I might not be riding a motorcycle in New York, is just not being able to create the space around me that makes me feel safe. When I watch videos of road strategies by the likes of MC Ryder and those guys talking about spatial awareness, the distance behind vehicles, seeing as far up the road as possible, I don't see how you do that in the New York region. So I'm sure anyone that rides up there, I've watched the likes of GB winging it, Panda Goldwing Rider up there that rides in the Queens area. I don't quite know how he does it. I watched a couple of his videos. He seems to be riding at times where there's usually not lots of traffic, with the exception of the last video that he's put out. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'm almost at my destination here. You know, you tell me what you think about the audio of the Dr-05 and also the purple Panda mic. You know, guys, like I said, I'm going to be trying this mic on the way back, but I'm going to be trying it with my iPhone. And I'm going to be kind of doing a comparison video to see what's the best option for the audio for me to bring you guys some content while I'm on the bike. Alright, guys, like I always say in my videos, I don't care what you ride, get out there, do these advanced safety class practices, you know, so you can learn to have more control of your motorcycle. It helps you control a little bit of the environment around you. And like I always say, man, put some protection on the motorcycle so you're not afraid to drop them. And it's better you drop them in the concourse than to crash them out there on the streets. Rich, the return rider.